Good morning, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be adding solar to our EG4 heat pump mini split that can run directly off DC power. We're going to be talking about a few small calculations that you need to do to be able to add solar to this. Then we're going to be adding some panels to our array and connecting it. Let's get going. First of all, when you are doing this, you want to make sure that your unit is not under load at all, and that means disconnecting the AC power. Okay, the second step is to find out how much solar that we can put into our unit, and that information is down here on the data plate. Down here on the data plate, you can see we've got the 24K unit, and this unit accepts a max PV voltage of 410 volts. That's right here. Right underneath that, it's going to tell us our input voltage range, and that's between 150 and 350 volts. That's the sweet spot for operation for this unit, and you need more than 150 volts to start this up. Your max PV input current is 20 amps, and then the max PV ISC, where it starts clipping the current coming in, is 28 amps. Now that we know what the air conditioner itself can take in, we need to understand what our panels can put out. And on each one of your panels, you have a data plate also. You need to look at that. For these four panels behind me, these are bifacial Bovier 450 watt panels. They have a max voltage open circuit, or VOC, of 49 volts. And they output a little over 11 amps. Now with these solar air conditioners from EG4, you can only run series strings. So that means connecting them positive to negative, all the way through the line. Do not run them in parallel. So if we add up our voltage for these four panels, we get 196 volts. That's within our range for the voltage on the unit. However, we should add panels to this to bump that up so it runs more efficiently. We're going to add two series panels, which are 415 watt, 41 volt panels, and they are 13 amps. But when adding mismatched panels like that, it will change the number slightly. While we will add all of the voltages all the way across, the amperages stay the same normally, but in this case, they will drop down to the lowest amperage panel, which are these at 11 amps instead of the other panels at 13 amps. The voltage on the series panels is 41.3, so we need to add that in for a total of 278.6 volts, and that will be at 11 amps. Now the recommended wattage for this EG4 heat pump air conditioner is 2,750, but you can actually over panel a little bit as long as you're staying within the voltage. That voltage number is the most important. If you go too many amps, the MPPT, which is in the air conditioning unit, will clip off those amps. But if you go over voltage, you are going to damage the internal parts. So for us, we can safely add those two extra panels. For you, you're going to have to look on the data plates for your specific panels and just stay within that voltage range. Now to get that recommended 2,750 watts, you could do 550 watt panels. You could do 6.8 400 watt panels, round that up to 7 panels, which is about 2,800 watts. Or you can do 8 350 watt panels, which also is 2,800 watts. But remember, one series string only and stay within that voltage range. With our panels, we are going to be adding them on some more Integra rack. I really love this system. It is super simple to assemble. Adding these extra braces here literally took me 5 minutes. And I'm also excited to show the new ground screws for this. This is an amazing way to anchor this type of system. These are newer. They didn't have them when I installed the first part of it, but I got these because they are so easy. If you haven't seen my video on this system, click on the link at the top of the screen. And if you are interested in the solar air conditioner, the Integra rack, or any of the panels that I have, check the links in the video description. We do have a coupon code down there for you as well, if you use our links. For these Integra racks, it's really simple. We're going to measure the outside length of the panel. These are 44 5/8, and then you want your inside to inside on these to be 44 5/8. Easiest way to do this by yourself is to take those front brackets off, lay it through, put it on the back brackets here at the top, and then we're going to lift the front up and put the front brackets on. Now, I already had these held in place, but we can easily just unscrew that, slide it on, slide it through the hole, put the nut back on, and we're good to go. Then we're gonna lift our panel up into place and put this bracket on right here. Okay, for our bottom one, take the nut off. We're gonna slide this into place. We're gonna replace the nut because then it will stay on here, it won't slip out, and we can just slip it right through this slot on the lower column. Just like that. Then we will tighten them all up in a minute. Now is the time you can add the ground screw, especially on these lower ones. It's going to be much, much simpler. So for us, we're not going to grout these into the ground or anything like that. We're just going to go straight through this front hole, screw it down in until this thick part engages with our bottom brace. Then we're going to put the bolt through to clamp that bottom brace onto this. Super simple. For us in our soil, all I need is a little impact driver. It's really that simple. Let's go to the next panel and then connect them to the air conditioner. Now that our panels are connected, we've crunched the numbers, we know that we are in the proper range for our unit. We can plug in our MC4 connectors at these two MC4 connection ports right here. And on the outside here, it says red positive, black negative. And that's what we've got on the end of our PV wires. Now these do come with protection caps on them, and they provide an MC4 connector tool for you in the package. So you'll need to take those off to plug in your wires. Then we can reconnect our power. Well, there you go. It's all set up and it's running from the panels outside. You can tell that by the little green indicator up there on the head unit. If you have any questions about these or the installation, please leave me a comment in the comments section below. And if you have not seen part 1 on this mini split, click right here. Have a beautiful, blessed day. We'll see you next time. Bye.